guys, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be giving Tallulah's hutch a bit of a makeover, and I thought I'd show you guys the process. So if you don't know, this is my rabbit Tallulah. She lives with me in my house. She used to live on the farm, but I brought her with me. She's the only one I have here because she's actually hand-reared. So she gets a bit more TLC because she has to stay with me because she doesn't like other rabbits and she doesn't particularly like people apart from me. So I'm going to be mixing up her hutch today and giving it a bit of a winter sort of makeover. So excuse the fact we're on my kitchen floor, but these are the items I bought to go in the hutch. I just popped to B&M today because I always find great things for sort of rabbit enrichment in there. So this is what I'm going to have a go at. Actually, two of these items are the only ones that are actually meant for rabbits. So the first item are these Nibble Sticks. They're the carrot and dandelion ones. They're not the healthiest things in the world, but I like to give them to Tallulah as a little treat. She doesn't get these often. And Teddy has joined us to demonstrate. They're not for you. Thank you. Get off. Get off. So the next thing I bought is another heat pad. So these are really good. They just pop in the microwave and they're really cheap compared to the Snuggle Safe ones. So it's basically the same thing, I'm assuming. But they're only £6 and the Snuggle Safe ones are like 20 odd. So they're a great bargain. I should have bought Teddy a mat. So as Teddy is demonstrating, give up, we're not playing. As Teddy is demonstrating over here, I've also bought Tallulah this little doormat. The reason I got this is I thought it could go on the bottom of her hutch. Teddy, it's not a toy. So now I've banished Teddy to the other room. This is the doormat. It's just a really thick pile mat and it was only £2.50, and I thought even if she ruins it, it doesn't really matter. It'll keep her nice and warm in the bit where her food and water goes, and it is really thick and it's got this bottom on it, so and I think I can just pop that in the wash as well because it does say machine washable. So that's going in the front of her hutch. Now this next item is very experimental. I don't know if it will actually work. So it's meant to be a vanity basket that you put like your brushes, and then it's got a hole for like your straighteners and your hairdryer. But to me, that looks like a hay rack. So that is my intention, to try and use it as a hay rack. My only concern is these, because she definitely can't get her head through this one. But this is a little bit of a concern of mine, so I'm thinking I'm going to like hang a toy or something on here so that we've not got just like a round thing she can stick her head in. So yeah, if your rabbit, depending on the size of your rabbit's head, maybe be careful if you buy this. But again, it was only £3.50, and if it doesn't work in the hutch, I can just use it for what it's meant to be used for. So we'll give that a go as well. And the final thing that I've bought is this. It's again not meant for rabbits, it's actually a cat scratcher, but I'm actually going to use this as a tunnel because it's open on either end. Obviously it's made out of cardboard, so it doesn't matter if you choose it. There is this kind of like cat scratch post that comes out, but it's absolutely fine for her to walk on. And my plan is to put hay in the bottom anyway, and I just didn't include the catnip. So I bought this. This was only £4, and normally for like a really big rabbit tunnel you'll be paying more than that anyway, so I'm quite impressed with this. It was quite easy to put together, but yeah, it's just, I'm just going to use it as a little tunnel for her. And anything like this, if I can put hay in, is obviously a really good place for her to go in winter because it'll retain heat being in like a smaller container. So yeah, they're the things that we've bought from B&M today, and so let's go chuck everything in the hutch and I'll show you what her hutch looks like this winter. So this is the hutch to begin with. It is a little bit stained and it is ready for painting, but that's definitely not a winter job, so I'll paint the inside of it next summer. So Tallulah also has the run of the entire garden, as well as just the hutch, so don't worry guys, she isn't confined to a small space. So the first thing I'm going to do is put down some shavings. So I'm just grabbing that out of the shed, and this is going to be the base layer. So I put this on the bottom, on the right hand side, because I'm going to put her mat on the other side, and I also put it in her little bedroom section, which I'll do in just a second. So I use shavings because they're really easy to take out and to clean. Shavings, provided they're dust extracted, are absolutely fine for rabbits to be used. A lot of other beddings are also a lot more expensive, so that's why I use shavings. And this is her little bedroom section upstairs. so I put quite a thick layer in there. She doesn't actually tend to go to the toilet anywhere else apart from her litter tray, so I put the shavings in more as just a substrate in case any damp gets in there, and also just to keep it nice and insulated. And of course I also top up the bottom of her litter tray because this is actually where it's needed to soak up any urine. So once all the shavings are in, it's then onto the hay. Now I use hay instead of straw because straw can damage rabbits' eyes and straw isn't very good for them to digest. So I'm putting lots of hay in her bedroom section because this is where she tends to sleep, and this will provide all of the warmth and the insulation in there. As well as this, she also has a big, it's like a rug on top of the hutch, and since this video I've also put a heated blanket type thing that goes over it and it reflects all of the heat back in, so she does actually have that as well. And I put hay on the top level of the second section as well. So now I'm just putting her mat in. I'm hoping that the mat will help keep the front of the hutch nice and clean, and I'm just topping up with shavings around that. And so next I'm just going to pop some hay in her litter tray. So then that's all the hay done, and that's the basis of the hutch sorted. So I can start adding things like this little tunnel that I mentioned that I'm then going to fill with hay later on. And the reason that I'm filling it with hay is because this again will be a nice small space to keep her nice and warm and insulated during the winter. And then on this little section I just popped in a few toys. And that's pretty much the bottom section done for now. So moving up higher, I've got my new hay rack that I forgot to add the little stick onto, so I'll do that in a second. Again, I said I was doing this just to kind of block up that hole a little bit. And Miss Tallulah decided to have a sneak peek of what was going on in the hutch. She absolutely loves it whenever I rearrange anything. She likes to come and see what I'm doing and just make sure that I'm doing it to her specific standards. So then it's time to put her food and water and things in. So this is her veggie bowl that she has on the second level. Today she's got some cauliflower, some lettuce and some sweet corn. And that just hooks onto the mesh. And then next I need to pop her water and her food bowl in. So her little diva bowl is for her water, and then a little food bowl just goes to one side. She's got pellets and a natural mix in there, and then I just top her water up. I don't give her like freezing water in the winter. She has slightly lukewarm water, which means that she does actually drink more, because if you give them cold water they are likely to drink less in winter. So this is the finished product for now. Down here we have her mat, which is hopefully going to keep her hutch dry and warm, because she's going to come off of this and then into here, which will stop her little wet paws quite as much. And she's got her litter tray there because she always goes to the toilet in that corner. Then she's got her water there. I've mixed it with a little bit of warm water because during the winter rabbits won't drink as much if the water's really cold. Then she's got her food bowl here. She just has a mixture of this like Nature Zone and some Pets at Home pellets. Then she's got her new tunnel with some hay in, and then like a little section there where you saw I put some of the toys. And then this top floor we've got lots of hay for her to eat, some hay in her little hay rack, and I've put some of the Nature Zone food in there to encourage her to eat that. Her little nibble stick, and then obviously her veggies, and then her bed with a heated pod in there. Now in terms of Tallulah's hutch covering, she actually has this thermal blanket which goes over the top there to keep her extra warm, and it goes down the back, of her hutch along the top and then along this side, so it just traps in the heat a bit more for her. Now it's getting colder, And then she also has this thermal and waterproof hutch cover, which then goes on top. So I'm just going to secure that now, and she is done. So that is the hutch pretty much finished. Tallulah was very happy with it. She went round and liked to demonstrate each section to us. So on the ground floor, as I said, she's got her food and her water and everything down here. And then further up on the second floor, she came and was eating her veggies and just having a look round and checking that out. And she's got her new hay rack. Whether she uses a hay rack or not, I'll be interested to see. She's not great for using hay racks, but I do like the idea that she can have fresh hay in there each day instead of just eating it off the floor, because obviously that's harder to replace. And that is the hutch complete, all of her food sorted, so I just need to strap up her little weather protector so that she's all ready for the night. So guys, that is the hutch all finished. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I post. For now, I will see you all soon. Bye guys.